Title: Oyster-geddon, Missouri dude's final mollusk munch leads to deadly flesh-eating bacteria. TLDR. A 54-year-old from Missouri shook hands with death after dining on raw oysters teeming with Vibrio vulnificus, a nasty flesh-eating bacterium. Though rare, this unfortunate incident reminds us to stay on our toes when it comes to what we put in our mouths. The health department embargoed remaining oysters at the point of sale, urging all oyster buyers to dispose of their sea treats. But, begs the question, how far are you willing to go for your love of seafood? Picture this: it's an average Thursday in Missouri. You hit up your local fruit stand and seafood joint in the heart of Manchester, and pick up a batch of oysters. Maybe you're planning a fancy dinner at home, or you just want to surprise your taste buds. Little do you know, your dinner might just turn out to be your last supper. That's the grim reality that hit a 54-year-old Missouri man when a bout of nausea, vomiting, abdominal pain, fever, and chills led him down a path no one wants to tread. In his case, it wasn't the usual food poisoning we all fear when chowing down on questionable shellfish. No, this was the stuff of nightmares, the flesh-eating bacteria, Vibrio vulnificus, that hitched a ride on his raw oysters. Now, before we all swear off oysters and other shellfish forever, let's take a moment. Vibrio vulnificus is generally a pretty rare encounter, especially lethal cases. The health department confirms this, stating that death typically only strikes those with already weakened immune systems. But does this mean the rest of us are safe? Officials have already embargoed all the oysters remaining at the fruit stand and seafood, urging anyone who's bought oysters from the store recently to toss them ASAP. Maybe not the most sustainable move for seafood lovers, but probably better than risking a dance with death. But here's the real question: does this incident have you looking at your seafood platter differently now? Or are you a risk taker, laughing in the face of danger? While the tragedy is a stark reminder to be more cautious about what we eat, especially when it's raw, it's also a fascinating display of how Mother Nature is not one to be taken lightly. So, the next time you're in the mood for raw seafood, just remember this story. Remember the Missouri man and his deadly dinner date. Because at the end of the day, it's always better to be safe than sorry, right? But then again, where's the thrill in that? This leaves us at the crossroads of a tough question: is the delicacy of raw seafood worth the potential risks, or should we be cooking all our meals to kingdom come, leaving no room for deadly surprises? And here's the real kicker: if you had a batch of these embargoed oysters sitting in your fridge right now, would you dare to slurp them down?